Yawn.
Yawn. What up?
Hi, Scott. Good morning.
What's up? What's up?
No shipping day. Yay. Post office. Banks are all closed. Uh, so, who we got this morning? Bumcrack. Picka.
Just trying to
What's
get
she called?
that glare out the door from behind me. There we go.
We got all the foreigners here. We got Canadians. We got British. We've got Alabamans. Yeah.
Craig doesn't count. He's a poser.
He just pretends to be from Alabama, right? Yeah, it's tomorrow already.
Yeah, he posted a picture of him and his wife the other day, and he looked just creepy as hell in that picture. I had to put it up there. I'm like, damn, Craig, can you look any creepier? Shit.
He's one of those guys who outkicked his coverage. You know, his wife is beautiful, and then look at him. Ugh.
Yeah. Uh,
No, Craig would look better without that gnarly beard. You know, some people look good in a beard like you and me, but Craig,
yeah,
eh.
Craig, not so much. I hope everybody had a good first of the year. I was actually awake, but I was trying to go to sleep at when New Year's came through.
Yeah, I was too. I went to bed about 9.
Because all these I was watching videos a mess. I took a couple of days off. I needed to work, but I took mostly Saturday and Sunday off. Just kind of relaxing and not trying not to do anything. I thought about videos, and I had my laptop and I made some scripts for videos, or more or less outlines. I can't read a script. I'm terrible when I read a script, so I just make an outline and talk from the outline. Uh, so
Yeah, I need to write things down that I want to talk about during my videos, but I don't, and so they all just ADHD jumping around.
I did have a good sale yesterday though on Amazon. I picked up, I guess, first couple weeks in December. I picked up that Tascam professional CD player. It goes in a rack system.
Hmm.
I paid 100 and a quarter for it. It's brand new. It's never been out of the box. I sold it for 600 yesterday.
Holy
So,
crap!
so that was pretty good.
What?
But last night about 7:30, I'm like, ooh, somebody's wanting to help me celebrate the new year. A $600 sale.
Man, I thought I was doing good. Saturday I sold a gold ring for 125, but you just blew me out the water.
Sales have been pretty steady. I haven't had, nothing just the right. But for a holiday period, so many people think, oh my God, Christmas. That everything ends on the 20th because I can't get it there. But sales continue on, and they. So after the show today, I'm gonna list. I've got there's another mini disc player. So if y'all ever see those, um, you got to have a mini disc to test them with. But those players are pretty solid. That one works. It's a it's a it's a JE330. That's a Sony. Let's see what I forget what it's. I think it's worth about 150. JE330 Sony. And they make it in silver and black. It's Raider style. They make it silver and black. Yeah, somebody had it with. They threw 7 discs with it. That one's got the remote. Mine doesn't have the remote, but they sell pretty solid. 129. Um,
Boy, disc changing machines I stay away from. Everyone I buy is broke.
And there's one there. No remote. Tested working 144 plus 40 shipping. So most of the time
Nice.
people undersell them. They're pretty easy. Those are easy to test. They're just if you've ever seen the disc looks like an looks like the old floppy disk.
Hmm.
This one actually has Pink
Pink
Floyd, Dark
Floyd.
Side of that's Dark Side of the Moon. Let me turn the power on and see the lights.
All right, I'm gonna go fill my coffee.
No, how entertaining. All you do is plug the disc in. Everybody's heard this song. That machine works. Nah, there's not. I only let it play for 9 seconds. Uh, it's it sounds like a it's it's basically a mini CD player. I mean the mini disc, so it's got great sound. I have a I have an older unit, so if you're going to test electronics, one good thing to do you need a older receiver. So that receiver there, because the you need a receiver that has a phono jack if you're going to test, because you can't test um, a record player without the phono jack. Because one thing most people don't know is the phono to get the sound out of a record player. That's an amplified jack, and so if you plug anything else into it, it sounds distorted. So if you're going to test things on old, like that one there, I've got it plugged into the CD jack because it's close enough to a CD player. But if you put it in the phono jack, it will sound strange because that's an amplified jack. Uh, they do make where you can use an auxiliary, and they make a thing where it amplifies an external amplifier, but that always sounds terrible. And so I never like using that because it makes me wonder if the record player sounds terrible, if it's just the jack that sounds terrible. So, but if you see those, so that's a that machine. Not only is the machine a bolo, but if you ever see any of the mini discs, so when I bought one of those, it came with one of the worst Americans ever. Uh, came with Barbara Streisand. Uh, it came with a set of her music, and that I sold that used for $40. So
Barbara Streisand.
mhm. I guess she's not any different than any of the rest of these celebrities that currently sell out this country. But anyway, and it sold fast. Or maybe, what did I sell it for? maybe it was more than that. They were wanting 100 and something used for it. I mean, new, and I sold it used. Let's see what I think I sold it for 40 and thought, man, one of the few times I thought I probably sold that way too cheap. Manage all inventory. So has anybody got any? Is anybody going to a parade or anything exciting today? Uh,
I need to sit home and list. I got 20 listings up yesterday. I was so proud of myself.
can't find it. Yeah, I didn't do anything yesterday. Um, we can just. So I play part of the beginning of the song Pink Floyd Money, and it starts with the cash register and everything going off. Um, Bum crack. That's what it sounds like when you wake up every morning. Uh, so if y'all want, we can. So I've got a stack of these. I'll throw a couple of them in there with this one. The one I can't get rid of though, I can't get rid of High Noon and Tex Ritter. You gotta have something that bothers people when you listen to it. Even though I don't like Tex Ritter, people look at you like you've lost your mind. I don't know what
Yeah.
between this one's between the lines. I don't know what that is. Um,
Da, da, da.
kids, a kid's Christian one. How about some Shania Twain? Tom's probably a big Tex Ritter fan.
No, I'm not.
Hey, you wake
I'm,
up and a
I'm more of
bad.
a Shania Twain fan than I am a Tex Ritter.
Uh, my yeah, my player works, so I gotta get listed tonight.
Good morning, Texas. No, I woke up. Let me go get my coffee. I'll be right back.
So those mini disc players came in two different styles. So there's Sony made quite a few of that one. There's a bunch of different models. There's probably 6 or 7 models of it. It looks just like a CD player, except it's a little. They also made it in the Walkman form. If you find um, the Walkman's worth 150 minimum. The last one I sold, I think I got like 180 for it. It looks very innocent. It's probably this big. This is a flash for a Polaroid I couldn't get to work, but it's no bigger than it's not much bigger than what the disc would fit in. And if you find them, so I think Sony's the only one that might have made those. But though, if you find the Walkman version of the mini disc player, because it will, most of those will record and play as well. They are worth. I had one a couple years ago that it looked like somebody had drug it behind their car, and still got $90 for it because it worked.
Hometown girl, Shania Twain. I wouldn't think of, when you think of hometown girl, you think of some nice looking but plain.
Yeah, she's Canadian for sure. She has aged very well. She's still attractive for someone who's of our age. Isn't Shania about our age or my age? Not you two old farts.
Shut up.
Siri, how old is Shania Twain?
Shania Twain is 58 years old.
Dang.
Yeah, 58. She's still very attractive at 58.
Is she the one that kissed a girl and she likes it?
She is,
Okay.
I think. Is your family on the mend there, Tom?
Yeah, everybody's almost back to 100%.
Good. You scared us. What was it, Thursday? You went to the emergency room?
Yeah, Friday.
Friday?
So
Yeah.
what they do? Just give them some antibiotics or give them something to help them get over it.
Yeah, I gave him some antibiotics.
But by that point, they were past the COVID contagious part. They were just trying to
Flu.
deal with it. Yeah, trying to deal with everything that comes after it.
You know, I think because I think the scare using it as a scare tactic is over with because people who are fully vaxxed are still getting it. So
No shit.
you know,
No shit.
Hmm.
I think people have woken up to the fact that this is something that we're going to be dealing with. It's causing a major headache for the hospitals. Um, because like our hospital is full, the inn is full. There is no, they've got these rolling partitions out. They're in supposed to be public rooms, but they've got them blocked off, and they got it all separate, partitioned off into little rooms. But
Hey, Robin.
What about people that didn't get the poison? Are they still getting it too?
oh, they're still getting it too. Everybody's getting it.
Hmm?
I think I had it once. I'm not sure.
So
I didn't trust the test either, so I didn't take that either.
we're just
I think they take
When
blood
you
out when
when
they.
you go conspiracy, damn it, go 100%. Don't half-ass. Don't trust the fact that if you don't believe in their shots, you can't believe in their test either. Damn it.
I
When they tested me, I thought they were going clear into my brain. I mean, they shoved that cotton
Yeah.
swab up so far.
See, that was one of the
I
things
bet
that
she
really
went that
bothered me.
deep.
If it was so damn contagious that you could look at your neighbor on the other side of the neighborhood and they would catch it, why did they have to go down? Why did they have to stick something in your brain? That was always the weird thing.
yeah. Well, I know some lab techs, lab scientists, and they've always wondered why, if it's so contagious, why, they're not just swabbing the inside of your mouth. Because most people breathe through their mouth at some point. So, anyway, we're all back to normal, or just about back to normal. Roberta's still got a little bit of a cough, but everybody else is either back to work or headed back to work tomorrow.
During all that mess, all I can say is, thank goodness for Photoshop. It allows you to do whatever you want to. Photoshop, here's to you today, Photoshop. Welcome to 2024, Photoshop.
Cheers.
Good morning, Sheila. Good morning, Port or Slim Princess.
Hey, Porcelain Prince, good morning. I'm just causing trouble this morning, no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured Todd would be hungover this morning and wouldn't have a show, but
Yeah,
Let
did
me
you
be
see
the
my
first to tell you.
thumbnail?
Let me be the first to tell you this morning, Tom. Here in 2024, you look like hell.
I feel like hell this morning. And it's not because drinking. I just don't feel it this morning.
So I was wondering if my gross sales would hit 75 grand for 2023, and I hit 75,362.
I have to.
So bam,
I
22% gross up.
I got to support because tonight's the night. We're on our way to our next championship.
There you go. 2 more games.
That look of fear you saw in the room when they announced Alabama's in the tournament. There's one thing you never do. Don't let the rednecks in because we're gonna win it all. When you give Nick Saban 4 weeks and give him a team that's loose because we were told in week 3 of the college football season that we were done. The dynasty was over and Saban was going to retire because he had lost it,
Mm-hmm.
and that team makes it. We ain't got nothing to lose.
So Florida was kind of upset about the decision, weren't they?
Yeah, and they showed how upset they were about it losing by 60. Georgia could have beaten them by 100.
In the Orange
Georgia
Bowl.
put their second and third strings in at halftime.
Mm. So I went to an estate sale this weekend.
I wish we had some, man. I was very jealous. We hadn't had one in a while. I think we got one tomorrow, though.
I bought a Shriner.
Is that the one you showed us? Was that the one out in the middle in nowhere you went to?
Yeah, 10 carat. I paid 115, but the gold melt is 204. So, and then it may have a little premium because somebody wanted to wear.
We have one. We have one this week, January 4th and 5th.
So the gold
6.
and silver, you pay up, but you can still make a profit. So why not? This ring, birthstone ring, 10 carat white gold. I paid 74, and the gold melt is 116. And then it's got the wearable factor. So, you know, this ring could go for 150 easy, I figure.
But you ain't gonna sell it because you want the gold.
No, I sell that kind of gold.
What?
Yeah, I just keep coins and bars. I don't keep jewelry.
You need it where it stacks up, so when you bury it in the ground, it's easier to find.
Yeah. So I may take the money from them and buy gold and silver with it, but I don't keep it in jewelry form. I ain't gonna wear it.
Trying to see if there's anything exciting that I sold. Sold a computer.
Yeah, Scarlett's an angel for sure.
A couple iPods.
Hi, Debbie.
A book, a
Hi,
remote.
Robin.
This is a good one. I don't know why I never listed it. The Cricket Joy. This machine has been sitting for quite some time.
Yep.
I paid $25 for it. I got 59 plus shipping, but it had a bunch of stuff with it that I sold the cartridges out of it, and
Jennifer.
for like $80 already. Yeah, it's crazy when you list stuff. It sells. It's crazy as hell.
Looks like we're getting rated again from the Johnny Cajun Roots reseller show. Silver Hustlin' 13. Oh my God. Silver Hustlin' and I have been on YouTube's chatting back and forth for over 10 years. He's an OG silver gold guy. Keep hustling. I'm hustling. He's a good guy.
Oh Lord, I just looking at my eBay store or eBay web page, and
Hi, Regina.
nobody is the guy that bought the 4 packs of Trojans from me. They left me some very positive feedback.
Tom, are you here when I showed the feedback from my jeans buyer?
No, I wasn't.
This is better than yours. This is good feedback.
Yeah, should I go back and copy and paste it again?
If you would like to.
So the person who bought your condoms, were they a porn star?
I don't know, but they seemed to be very happy with their purchase.
I don't know if I kept that message.
Last person was a porn star, so there you go.
Well, here's a question: do y'all get a lot? Do you get a lot of feedback? Do y'all, especially y'all that sell like hundreds of items in a week? What's your percentage of people actually leaving feedback?
Uh, probably 7-8%.
Oh,
Do you really look at the feedback unless you're kind of dodgy? I mean, does it
Look
make
at it.
any difference to you anymore? Used to be it was a big thing.
As long as they're, if I'm buying, as long as they're over 97%, I'll glance at their feedback, and as long as it's it's not somebody who doesn't ship stuff, I'll buy whatever. But I buy so much more on Amazon because just the delivery factor.
The what?
The delivery factor. I buy so much
Yeah.
more stuff on Amazon just because I know how fast. And then even then, it's not. It's only FBA. It's not FBM.
Yeah.
And most of the time, it's from Amazon because I know how us Amazon sellers are. We're just stupid when it comes to price.
yeah, I don't think I kept the message, but the guy he sent me a message through eBay messaging saying this is going to help him with his adult movie career.
Oh wow. Well, maybe that's the same person.
I sold him a pair of like hip hop skater blue jeans,
Right.
baggy kind. So he was happy
Hey,
to get them.
good morning, Harlan. I hope you had a good New Year. We have a group chat and on text, and everybody was saying Happy New Year. I'm like, yes, Happy New Year. I'm gonna try to be asleep whenever New Year's rolls around. Uh, Tracy comes in and said, "Yeah, me too." Harlan says, "Boo." I'm like, man, ain't nobody but you got somebody new and exciting they want to spend New Year's with. You see how the two old married guys, me and Tracy, are trying to be asleep at midnight. Uh, I was awake at midnight against my will because I was tossing and turning trying to go to sleep.
Well, I was about 11 o'clock. I was sitting in my recliner in the den, drinking some sweet iced tea, and I started looking at car repossessions on TikTok or Reels or whatever it is that comes through Facebook. And the next thing I knew, it was 1:30 in the morning.
You ever watch the guy who he had a TV series? He repossessed airplanes. You ever watch that guy?
Yeah. Well, I watched.
He was crazy.
Yeah.
I know they were reenactments, but can you imagine the real life stories? If they're anywhere close to what he showed on TV, man, that dude is crazy.
But I did. I just, and these are just like people, they hooked up to people's cars. They're ringing the doorbell saying, we're repossessing your car, blah, blah, blah. Can we have the keys to the car?
I like the ones that just come in with a pickup truck. Just there's a guy he'll start himself in the neighborhood somewhere and he'll lower the thing down while he's driving into the neighborhood. And he you got about 10 seconds. He scooped up your car and he's out.
Yeah, there's one guy that's got I mean, it's huge. It's like on a big truck, and that gun thing. He just basically doesn't matter where he's at. That boom will swing out and go like right up under the middle of the car and pick up the whole car, and then spin it around and set it on the back of his truck. He don't have to. He doesn't even get out of the dadgum thing.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. There's one guy who shows all the difficult ones where he they'll park in between cars, and he'll just start moving those other cars with the boom to get to the car he needs.
Yeah. So anyway, I fell down that dark hole and just sat there. It was just like one after another, and just watching. You're not taking my car. You are not taking my car, ma'am. It's already hooked up. It's already hooked up. If you give me $1,900 in cash right now, I'll set it back down. Otherwise, give me the keys.
There's a YouTuber in Atlanta. His channel is Tow Trucker. You ever watch him? He does parking for apartments. Because evidently there are certain parts around Atlanta that are real strict about junk cars and stuff in their parking lots,
right.
And they'll find these apartment houses. And so he's got a flatbed and he's got the thing on the back too. So he'll come into these apartment complexes and pull two at a time.
Right. There's no point in arguing. If they're hooked up, they've got it jacked up, they're ready to drive off. They're being given you the courtesy of, which, the guy in one of his little talking videos said, most of these people don't have $1,900 laying around, or, $800 laying around, because they're
If
three
they did,
car
they'd have made
payments.
the
Right.
payment to begin with.
Yeah. But he says, that they give them the courtesy of saying, can you make it right?
Yeah, I might have watched a couple of car crash videos yesterday. I fell asleep in a recliner watching one and woke up, and another one was at autoplay. I looked at it, I'm like, it was 2 hours long. It's a year in review of car.
And there's there's another thing that I was watching too. It's a judge. He talks like Carol, so he must be from up north. He's an older guy, and
is he the one that's got the bailiff with him too? And he's a real nice guy.
Yeah, he's real nice, and he gives us, and the prosecuting attorney's a big fat guy. I mean, not fat shaming because I'm fat, but this guy, he asked this guy, he says, what brings you here this morning? And the guy says, well, I've got a ticket for running a red light, but I didn't run a red light. So the judge says, well, let's look at the video. And they play the video back, and the guy, it was a red light. He pulled up to the stop sign, stopped, and made a right-hand turn. And the judge says, he looks at the prosecuting attorney, and he says, why is this gentleman's time being wasted this morning?
Yeah, he's in Rhode Island. He's 80 years old. Judge Caprio.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's funny. He looks like the kind of judge you'd want to be in front of, because if you act your age.
He deals with you on it. If you're honest with him and have a little bit of remorse, he's very fair and compassionate.
Yeah. But like I said, next thing I knew, it was 1:30.
Jennifer says he's having health issues.
But I like him too. So anyway, the car, I'm not one to watch the car repossessions, but that sucker just sucked me in last night.
3 weeks ago, he's retired. They announced he had pancreatic cancer 3 weeks ago. I didn't know that. He's a really nice man.
So that's what I did on my New Year's. Roberta was in bed asleep. She went to bed about 11 o'clock, I think. And that's because she got, what's that game she's playing? Something Island. Anyway, she had played it as much as she could play it, so she's going to bed.
I have a little short guy that says, they're playing.
No, not that island. So it was a big, exciting New Year's.
Lots of palm trees and girls named Ginger and Marianne.
Gilligan's Island. Oh God! Now you're gonna have to make me look it up. Jeez.
No, that's okay.
My entire For You page on YouTube is nothing but Alabama football right this second.
Did you really need to get a hobby?
The game's today.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, today at 4 Central, I think.
Let me go here to the game channel.
See, I'm tired of these people. They're giving Georgia all my feed. University of Georgia's football culture is just so different even though they had a lot of people portal out enough, but they didn't have many opt outs to the bowl. They act like that's something new. Bama played in a bowl game last year, and we were out of the playoffs last year. We were the last team out. We were the same place Florida State was this year. We were that last year. They put in TCU over us, and we didn't have any opt outs. The number 1 and number 3 picks in the draft played in our bowl game. That didn't mean anything. We didn't have any opt outs. Team played. There's a reason why Georgia has the culture they have. Kirby Smart was trained by Nick Saban for how long? He worked for Saban for a decade. Of course, he's going to be just like Saban. They're going to have. He's learned what works and what doesn't work. Except for I think Kirby cusses way more than Nick does. Nick does cuss, but man, Kirby Smart cusses like a sailor.
And the name of that game was Coral Island. I had to go look it up on my YouTube. On my YouTubes.
I have one estate sale. What the hell? Are there any estate sales in Nashville? Because, damn it.
What do you use to find estate sales?
Estatesales.net.
Okay, that's what I use.
There is an estatesales.org. Let's look there. I never look at it, but there is an estatesales.org.
I look at that all the time.
That's because you're so successful.
Sales over the last week. Josh, let me look.
Within 50 miles of Meridianville, there would be none. Damn it. See, but estatesales.org is way more commercially driven. They .net is the preferred. For sure. They've just been all right, Josh. They hadn't been dead, but they've been. They're probably 70. My sales probably 75% of what they normally are. 75%.
My sales are down 6%. So rock solid sales. Just steady.
Like Thursday and Friday, I sold $1,500 on Thursday and Friday.
Dang.
And then $300 on Saturday, but then yesterday it was only $150. But I haven't listed in the last 2 days, so imagine that the sales are falling down because I haven't listed. And it's you got to know your store. It's not that. I'm beginning to believe the activity thing. eBay rewards you for activity. I don't know how much I believe that anymore. But the fact that if you continue listing, if you list like I do, I'll list. I'll look around and I'll list the best stuff first. And so as I'm continuing to list, it's I'm putting up better stuff. And so that's everything that I've sold has been stuff that I've listed in the last couple of weeks. Imagine that. If you put up good stuff, it still. Imagine if you put up stuff people want, it sells. It's a hard concept for some people to understand that there's that crowd that believes anything will sell no matter what. If I just leave it up there long enough, somebody will trip over it. And they think that they are owed a right by a major platform to put this nonsense up there and to show it to everybody no matter what. It's just tough.
Oh Lord, this one here. I was just looking at one. It's got like a field full of old lawnmowers and tractors and
Harry Humstone in the house.
Oh, that's the other thing I was watching. I was watching what's his name, Vice Grip
Debbie.
Garage. He used to be in Wisconsin, and now he lives in Tennessee. He lives about an hour from here, hour and 15 minutes. Um, where he buys a car sight unseen, and the last one he was working on I don't know, a truck that was he was working on a car that was so far away from his house and couldn't get it, and so he was going to buy a truck that was half-ass running to pull the car that was not running. And then he went and did a van that had been in a field for 32 years and a Cadillac.
Todd, when you're buying tools, is there a certain type of tool you're looking for, like old, you know, old tools? Not necessarily because they're antique, but because they should be made better or any of that kind of stuff. Did that question make sense?
Old school Stanley is real good. If it says Snap-on on it and it's cheap enough, I'm a buyer every time. Snap-on is I can't keep it in my store. Every time I get a piece of it, it sells.
But everybody knows about Snap-on, so that was a little harder to find. Old Craftsman sales.
Well, how do you tell the difference between old Craftsman and new Craftsman? Because I know there's a difference, but
You can look at the way the ratchets are made. A lot of the ratchets are not designed the same anymore, and
yeah, I still haven't listed this monster. Does that look old?
yeah.
If it looks old, it probably is. That's a Stanley.
yeah. So Josh Gall said the chat said a vintage Klein does too. Klein's a great name. Even new Kleins. I don't have any problem selling new Klein if you find it.
Yeah.
I was just briefly flip through a couple of state sales, and I want to tell you what, there's going to be a lot with the older folks dying off. There's going to be a lot of Royal Dalton figurines and beer stein, the decorative beer steins and stuff like that coming onto the market. Because all three of them that I just looked at all had Royal Dalton figurines and beer steins.
The last 10 years we've been going through the Franklin Mint Collectibles crew who they've been passing out. I mean, how much Franklin Mint you got to see it in the state sale to go? I mean, plates and plates and plates.
But Franklin Mint also made sterling silver pieces, so
They didn't make them in plates though.
no. But it just depends on what it is.
Eric Gunner said new Craftsman is made in China, Tennessee, and old Craftsman is made in Taiwan.
So because
Mike, the greatest picker alive, said that the Craftsman logo has also changed. If you you can date it by the Craftsman logo.
okay.
Snap-on also changed their logo. I think their older stuff, the Snap-on is underlined.
Yeah, no, Harry, you're right. Franklin Mint diecast. They made some larger diecast cars. Though, just every time I find them, they want $20 or $25 for them. I'm like, I was in at 3.
Oh yeah, anything Hilti. They're mostly power tools though, aren't they, Josh? We sold Hilti at the Home Depot for big bucks. Come in and get a hammer drill for $450. I'm like, jeez.
But your grandkids will never use another one. Never use that one.
Here we go. Matco, Proto, SK. Mac tools. And tools, if it looks cheap, it probably is. If it looks well made, it probably is.
Yeah, that's the one thing is when you start on tools, if you pick them up, and that's one of the true ones that you can go. You can. This is truly what quality feels like. You know, there's a difference when you pick up the China one versus any of the big brands.
Hmm. Yeah, toolboxes. Even an old steel snap-on toolbox will sell.
Mm-hmm.
Just the box, rusty and.
There's there's people been selling boxes for as long as humans been around.
Wasn't that the first reselling?
The first reselling was selling the box. That's exactly right. I waited to see if one of y'all was gonna what one of y'all was gonna say. I said that with a straight face and no laughter, no smile,
I
no.
was because there's ladies in the
I'm
audience. I was being nice.
I'm an old man. I'm slow on the take up.
Josh said you're sharp this morning.
Oh
It's
man.
Todd Sundowns. He's real good in the morning. He tails off in the evening.
Yeah, I'm not too hot about 6 p.m.
All right, so today is the day. Everybody, what resolutions are y'all making? Today is the day of resolutions. Uh, are you making personal resolutions? Are you making?
Yep. I'm gonna
I go back.
lose
I go back
50
to one of my.
pounds and I'm gonna exercise an hour a day and I'm going to
Yeah, I've been off of
increase my
keto.
eBay sales 25% in 2024 and I'm gonna read books. Hmm.
Damn, you're sounding. Did you look at my list I got over here? It sounds just like mine.
I'm waiting until tomorrow because I don't want to have any New Year's resolutions that fail. So the only thing I wanted to try last year was on the second. I did keto, and even though I've put 6 pounds on in the last 4 or 5 weeks that I've been just messing around, 100% back to keto tomorrow. Today's the last. Johnny's making me eat pinto beans and mess with her today or some shit. So if she
Yeah,
cooks cornbread and pinto beans, I'm eating cornbread and pinto beans for her, and then starting tomorrow
yeah, we're having black-eyed peas and ham.
or whatever that is. Yeah, that's what she's making.
Mm.
It's a New Year's tradition.
Coffee all over. What the heck?
My family's never had like a big New Year's dinner tradition, as far as what you eat and all that kind of crap. It just,
I think Johnny's just using it as an excuse to make cornbread. I'm like, all right, make cornbread then.
make damn cornbread. If you want cornbread, make some cornbread.
Oh, she's good at it. I mean, she made it last night. She's like, "You think we could eat it 2 days in a row?" I'm like, okay.
Debbie, I believe you can lose weight. I believe you can sleep less. I believe you can work harder, but I don't know about not treating yourself.
Oh, Eric Gunter, you poor disillusioned soul.
Oh, man.
Have you ever had a Southern woman make you black eyed peas and ham hocks and then serve it with cornbread?
Hmm.
Good God Almighty! If you just eat them out of the can, that probably does taste like dirt.
You know, I grew up eating all kinds of beans, butter beans, pinto beans. We had lima beans. We either ate them or went hungry. So I ate lima beans.
Oh, I
One
love
of my
lima.
favorites.
You talking about?
You talking
I
about the
love.
big ones?
Butter beans, lima beans, white northerns, they're all good.
I'll eat any kind of beans except the lima beans is not on my to-do list. I'll eat them because I was raised. This is what Mama made for dinner. You either eat it or you go hungry. She didn't jump up and make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's what's on the table. That's what we're eating.
So,
See, Eric, that's the problem, Eric. You just taking something out of the can. You just nothing wrong with canned food as long as you know how to cook it. But just taking it out of the can, unless you're eating SpaghettiOs, damn it, or raviolis.
And nowadays it's it's just as cheap to just go get some frozen ravioli out of the daggum freezer section at the supermarket and a little thing of spaghetti sauce.
So I had this disillusionment the other day. I guess the 26th I went back on. I'm like, you know what? It's the day after Christmas. I'm going back on keto. I was good the 26th and 27th. And then the 28th rolls around, and Joni's like, "How good have you been?" I'm like, "Why?" She says, "Because I'm thinking about cooking fried pork chops, mashed potatoes, and sweet peas."
Okay, we got to change the subject here.
I'm like, I said, "I've been good, but I'm eating with you tonight." When you marry a Southern woman that can cook like that fool in there, you don't pass up fried pork chops, mashed potatoes, and sweet peas.
mhm. So who's watching the Rose Parade this morning? And then fixing to start?
I'm watching the Rose Bowl.
Uh-huh.
My TV hasn't been on a daggum broadcast channel in months. Which I guess you can watch the Rose Bowl on YouTube.
You don't get ESPN or anything?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I get all the everything.
Well, then you'll be able to watch Alabama whoop up on who they playing? Colorado?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Well,
Y'all watch Harbaugh's last. I think he's going to the pros. Watch his last game as a college coach.
Mm.
That's why you didn't watch TV, because Sergio and the boys were sick, and you didn't have anybody get up and change the channel for you on that big console TV.
no, I have a remote. I just don't find anything on TV interesting, and then when I do find it, it's usually on one of the other services, and I can binge watch 3 years in about a good weekend.
I think I've got some TV to watch today. Well, I need to listen to the book. I'm in chapter 4 now. I need to finish that book today. But I think we got new episodes of Reacher today, or the other day. So I need to check and see if there's any new. Does anybody know? I've watched the first 4 this season of Reacher.
Look at that. They're having a New Year's parade in London.
Aren't they already in New Year's? Like,
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon over there.
So it says season 2 is going to have 8 episodes, and I'm already halfway through season 2. Well, shit. Season 2 will drop on the 15th, followed by weekly episodes through the 19th.
My
got
secretary, when she was in high school, she was in their marching band, and they were invited to the London New Year's Day parade. It was the coldest. It was the coldest New Year's Day in 50 years. They just about froze to death.
We got a Georgia band here in London playing for the Brits.
Yeah.
Like Georgia, the country?
Georgia,
No.
looks like the Georgia Gators. I guess that's a high school.
Layton, Georgia.
I'll say the Georgia Gators. That'd be the Georgia Bulldog. That's high school, huh?
Well, I thought I saw something with an alligator on
Yeah,
it.
this is
Maybe it
a
was
high
just
school band.
Yeah.
They're pretty animated. Glad to be in London.
Yeah, because parents have sold all kinds of shit to get them there.
I was trying to think how many candy bars did they sell at that county and all the rest of that popcorn, all the rest of that crazy. And then I'm talking, they probably couldn't do that. So how much of the government money?
Annalisa said that they,
over
for about 3 years, when they announced that they had gotten an invitation, or 2 years, whatever, but it was a couple of years, just about every weekend they were having car washes, selling candy. They were doing all mowing yards, everything to raise the money up for that. And to raise money for that trip.
So
her
10
father,
a.m.
who
here.
we met, got to know. I was asking about it. He says, I would have rather given them $5,000 towards it than have to deal with all the crap that we had to deal with. And he was the high school principal.
Josh, you haven't watched TV since 2006. Man. Gotta watch some sports.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Boy, Saturday I paid $15 on a bet that the Cowboys would win by 4.5 points. And they did win, but they won by 1 point, so I lost $15 on my bet.
Well, I thought they won by 2.
20 to 19.
19 to 17?
No, 20 to 19, right?
Oh, was it 20 to 19?
Yeah. I was like, well, dang it.
And they should have lost. Was it the cow? Yeah, it was the Cowboys that that Dallas. You can see the guy reporting. He goes, he didn't report. That's how you know, folks. The NFL is scripted.
Is what?
There's the NFL is playing who's going to win and who.
No.
You can only see so many of these blatant calls. A couple of years ago, it was the Saints. They mugged that guy going into the end zone that should have been pass interference. I mean, they stopped short of taking a shotgun out and blowing his brains out. They hit him so hard before and that no call, and then that craziness last night of he didn't report.
Morning,
Whatever.
Todd. Happy New Year.
I just can't. I just find it all incredibly boring. My attention span will not hang in there.
I mean, what's any better? You're looking at. So we're going to have the Final Four today in college football, and they held Georgia out because Georgia lost to us right at the very end of the season, and they put Michigan in, and Michigan has the Big Ten has suspended Michigan's coach for cheating, and so what did they do to the team? They have been rewarded by putting them in the playoffs. They have faced no disciplinary action from the NCAA, as you've got one of the Final Four teams. They've already received one notice from the NCAA of investigation. They're going to get one for this one. It's obvious they were cheating. It is so obvious they were cheating that Michigan was going to fight the NCAA about the 3-game suspension, or the Big Ten about the suspension, until they got more information about it and went, oh, wait, bad. We're not going to fight that. The cheating is going to be so bad, and that the coaches. That's why I say this is last, because he's going to be suspended and they're going to be put on probation. He's going to be done. So Harbaugh's going to the pros, but it's going to come out to be so bad that the NCAA has left out Florida State. Everybody goes, oh, but it's they left them out for Alabama. No, you put in cheating ass Michigan is what y'all did. Y'all allowed, and not only did y'all put cheating ass Michigan in, y'all put them as the number 1 seed.
Are you talking to me, Kent? Are you talking about wash your mouth out? But you can't listen to me because I can sit and watch 3 hours of curling and just sit there watching it.
Curling? Are you serious?
I
You're
love
the
curling
dragon.
because there's no way to cheat.
Next thing you know, you go tell us you
There's
can watch croquet and at least most people know a sleeping sport when you know it. I was watching an interview. If you haven't seen the interview with Kid Rock and John Daly and Tucker Carlson, that's a good one. They were asking Big John about something and about taking a nap, and John goes, "If I want to take a nap, I just put golf on."
no.
Yeah, gold maple. I bought gold rings on Saturday, so
Cool.
I didn't not buy
The last
gold.
10 years, I have taken lots of naps to golf over the last 10 years. On
You
Sunday
play-
afternoon,
Do you play golf? I thought you played golf.
what do we call? What do you call playing golf? I get my money's worth. I'm in the trees, the bushes.
Yeah, when I play golf, I play the whole course.
Yeah,
Left, right,
I don't want to
left.
stay in the middle where everything's cut so nice and pretty.
Cha-ching!
Back in
I sold a cock.
1974, 75, 76, because those were years I was driving. There's a golf course called Tinker Cay, and it's right inside the South Carolina line on the south side of Charlotte. And 2 of their courses is right beside the lake. And we used to go out there and snorkel and pick up golf balls off the bottom of the water. And then we'd sell the golf balls. Some of these guys, and this was 75, 76, 70, or 74, 75, 76. Some of them golf balls were like $5 a pop way back yonder. And we would pick up baskets of them. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, these are some rich people. Because some of these guys, I'm sure, started out with a full box of balls, and by the end of the day, they had nothing.
Tom, I sold
So the
one of
first thing
your
Todd sold today was a cock.
one of your prostate help things.
What is that?
It's a drain cock.
Okay. Whatever.
So, who sells $5 profit items? I do, but I had 50 of them sold.
Josh Goss said you couldn't make any money. That was not worth your time. Don't show that kind of stuff to him.
Don't sell $5 items. But I had 50 of them. What's 5 times 50? I mean, that's profit take home pay, $5. What's 5 times 50?
Josh said you couldn't sell those though. Come on.
Gold mine. I went to school with a boy who celebrated his 4th birthday while he was in high school.
What did you say? You can't read. That's gold maple.
Is that what it is?
$8.30.
I'm just barely awake here, folks. Anyway, gold maple. Yeah.
There you go. Put it on big so you can read it.
Yeah, read it. I'm redoing my setup, and I've started ordering parts. I'm getting ready to add me a bigger screen and another screen for the chat.
Gold Maple, you're another Canadian, aren't you? You and Josh, we're getting overrun by Canadians up in here.
They have to come down here. Josh says their inflation is astronomical in Canada.
They're beating his prime minister to damn death up there. One of the things that I kind of follow is on the reels or whatnot is the Canadian Congress or whatever they call it. Anyway, they're beating his ass left and right about one thing or another.
He come about it honest. I mean, that's Castro's. I mean, he's a little baby. He wants to be a dictator just like his daddy was. And the WEF allowed him to do whatever he wants to.
I think they are gunning for his position.
Any country that allow the little dictator to change the date on their elections because he's getting worse. Is Canada a real country anymore?
For a while there, it seemed like the provinces were getting ready to have a civil war. I believe it had to do with pow pows.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, people don't understand how important the Second Amendment is, and people, they'll tell you, well, the Second Amendment guarantees the First Amendment. The importance of the Second Amendment is that it ensures that you can say, no, the Second Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America is the only thing keeping the entire world from slavery. Folks, you don't understand how if it wasn't for the Second Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America, this damn world would be enslaved.
You know, the whole thing up in Canada about their, as Anissa corrected me, pew pews. Those folks that live out in the middle of damn nowhere, and they want to limit the number of protection devices they have or take them away. They got to be crazy. Go up there and try and take them away from them. They have plenty of land to bury you, and they would never find you.
They've got tractors too to bury you. They got tractors and land.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's Ontario they're talking about, and I think from what I read, and I'll stand corrected if I've read this wrong, Canadians. It didn't matter what party or affiliation you're with. Those provinces were turning on the federal government bad about firearms. Oh God!
Yeah, I was watching some guy the other day, and I think it was TikTok. He was like, "You need this, this, and this," and I'm like, "You know how expensive that would be if I had to buy all that ammo and several other types of guns that he was mentioning."
Sorry, little Debbie.
Bye, Debbie.
Sorry, Todd. We ran off one of your viewers.
Yeah,
Well,
sorry about that.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's
We all got opinions, so.
Well, I wasn't making a stand on it, or I mean, I wasn't trying to say I was right or anything like that. I'm just saying that the Canadians who it affects, who live out in these wilderness areas,
bad people do bad things. I am extremely sorry that they do that. But the answer to stopping bad people is not to take away the rights and things that good people have. Want to make it worse? Take the good people stuff away. You really want to make everybody victims of things? I mean, look at England, for God's sake. They've got more murders since they took away guns because people now they're trying to take away knives because they're stabbing. You can't carry a knife anywhere. You can't do this because they're stabbing each other. This ain't. Go look at Australia. Australia has had a rise in smaller crimes since they disarmed the public. And this 100% right. The reason why I carry everywhere I go is I was in 1993, one October night, 1993. I was walking out to my car, or 92. I had closed the restaurant, and we had an inspection coming. It was McDonald's. I worked for a franchisee. I was an assistant manager for 1 month out of college, and this was in that 1 month I was. So it must have been. It was 92. It was 91, 92, and they stopped me right before I get in my car, put a gun in the back of my head, and told me to go in and open the safe. And if you've ever tried to open a rickety old safe and turn the combination with a gun to the base of your skull, I don't recommend it. It's hard. Mm. And then they wanted out the back door. I turned the alarm off. I let them go. That guy died 3 days later. I recognize him. He had a stocking on his face, but that don't mean nothing. He was a drug dealer. His brother worked for me. Worked. I fired his little brother the next day. And my supervisor came and started giving me, I don't give a shit if that is your nephew. Your nephew robbed me at gunpoint last night. The other one can't work here. And I think he didn't say anything else. He died. That guy died in a car wreck. He was on his way. The cops had busted him. He was on bail. They had taken all his money and drugs, and he was trying. He robbed us to get money to go to Chicago to buy more drugs. He was riding in a car with no seatbelt and a sunroof open. And when he fell asleep from robbing me to drive to Chicago, he flipped the car and went out the sunroof and good riddance.
Hold your thought right there. The Canada does not have set elections. He just has to call an election within 5 years from the last election. So he doesn't have to, so if he calls for one in 2026 for 2027, that's legal, or it has to be within 5 years of the last election.
Cameron, that's 100% right. I don't carry just for me. I carry for the protection of others. If there's being a wrong done and somebody's life is in jeopardy, I will draw down and take them out. I will protect your life. Simple as that. No questions asked. And I watch all these car crash videos and wonder, why do people, whenever all these people come to the windows and banging on the windows and all this shit, why does nobody carry any kind of defense spray or any kind of stuff right inside the pocket of the door? Somebody comes up to them, you just shoot them in the face and roll on. They're ripping off mirrors. They're doing all kinds of stupidity. I can tell you, you hit them with bear spray, which is just capsaicin. You hit them with bear spray from 30 feet away, they will never do that again. Never.
There are no term limits in Canada. What kind of backwoods country is Canada? Which I can't say much because our senators stay up there for 40 years, but at least the president has to vacate.
Yeah, that's 100% right. I didn't used to understand PTSD when I was young. I'm like, man, they're crazy. But I'm telling you, if I'm in a parking lot and I hear a sound and I'm not expecting, it takes me back to that minute immediately. Folks, you can't.
We're having a problem with people being out in the median of roads soliciting change and money and whatnot. Sooner or later, somebody's going to get shot because they got too close to somebody's car. I mean, you're in hillbilly hell here.
I mean, there are plenty of non-lethal things. You don't. I really do think that you can't mandatorily force training because the Second Amendment doesn't need it. But you need to take some. If you're going to own a firearm, you need to train with it. You need to understand the law, and when you can. Every state is different. Like I was watching Arkansas trooper pulled somebody over and asked him if they were carrying. The lady asked, she said, "Do you have any weapons? Are you carrying?" The guy was from. He was going back to Richmond, Virginia, and he said, "No, I don't. I didn't bring it with me." She goes, "Why not? It's dangerous out here." This is a state trooper. He said, "Why not? It's dangerous out here." And he said, state to state laws are so different. You don't know where you'll get in trouble. But if you're a responsible person, I don't believe in red. Folks, a lot of stuff in the U.S. changed today, and it's not just gun laws. There are a lot of gun laws that have changed in like 8 states. Man, make sure you know the laws that have changed as of January 1st. There are a lot of things that went into effect today all over this country. They like to put new laws on the books as of the new year. And so, like the resellers, if you have an LLC, if you currently have an LLC at the end of the year, you have 90 or 120 days to file the whatever form identifying who owns the LLC, or face fines of, it's a big number per day if you don't get it done.
That information is on public record as it is.
It doesn't matter. The government, they put this new, they are trying. This is the world's biggest joke. The government tells you I thought it was 500 days, Glenn. You're right. They put this thing in here where we want to know, it's because the government is the biggest crooks out there. They want to make sure they steal every dime from you because they're putting it in their own checking accounts. The handlers that be in the United States need to know where every cent you have and what every cent everyone owns to make sure they steal enough from you. Never forget that. Nothing they do is whatever they tell you it is, it's the exact opposite. We need all these extra IRS agents to go after the rich people. Yeah, right.
Well, apparently you can call a company online and get all that, IRS bullshit pushed aside real fast. Like, haven't you heard them? There's a company that you have issues with the IRS. Let us get them straightened out. Blah 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 blah. And
remember,
I'm thinking to myself,
income taxes to go after the rich. The income tax started out as we're never going to go above so much percent. We're only going for the rich. They need to pay their fair. The same shit. They same bill of goods. They need to pay their fair share.
Excuse me. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I burped and I said, excuse me.
Oh no, I mean it's everything you're told is a lie. Everything you know about life. Remember, the people that win history write history.
Yeah.
If you look in Russia right now, current Russian textbooks, when you look at the U.S. history, current Russian textbooks state that Donald Trump won the 2020 election, but due to interference and it was stolen. God's my witness. That's what the Russians are teaching their children right now. If you look at U.S. politics from the Russian point of view.
Yeah, but everybody in the world is in the lottery to get green cards to this shithole of a country that we live in. There's like 40,000 people right now on the waiting list for green cards. And they're from countries like the UK and France and Australia,
Just wait though, as the last 4 years they've let in more people than ever illegally in this country, and the next push is going to be, and it's going to come from the Republicans too, is, well, in order just to make this easier on the American people and just to help these people, to help these poor people in their lives as they're struggling in this great opportunity that is the United States of America, we just need to legalize them all. And then you're all of a sudden going to have a voting bloc that the Democrats are going to go after, that they have been given money to and given checks to. Folks, this whole thing is crooked.
Well,
all these planes that are flying around the country, they could easily be flying them to Mexico City or back to Guatemala or Venezuela or wherever. They could all be going right back. Just as the planes go that way. When you put the flat Earth model down, the planes go that way as easy as they go that way.
Yeah, don't hold it against Scott because he's a flat earther.
So peddling profits, I don't necessarily. I never open carry. I don't want to make myself a target. I don't necessarily. I understand why some people open carry. I don't. It causes too much fear. I'd much rather someone, if there's a bad guy going to do something, I'd much rather them not know that they have to worry about me.
Yeah, they had a person down in up in Raleigh, uh, a street person got a real aggressive and with them, and they were standing on the median in the highway, and the guy had his window down, and the street person said, "Can't you help me out?" And he said, "I'm sorry, I don't have any change. I don't have any money. Who carries cash anymore?" Anyway, the guy kind of acted like he was gonna reach into this car, and the guy hit him with pepper spray, and the street person fell back into oncoming traffic. So,
Get what you.
and he was killed. And then they wanted to charge the guy for basically murder. That's not the term they use.
It'll never stand up.
Oh, it was already thrown out because
it's called self-defense. You can't. You have the right to defend your person.
And he was also he was getting ready to sue the NCDOT, the city of Raleigh, because
they're not doing their job.
They're not protecting. People are not supposed to be out in the middle of a highway. Hell, you've been to Raleigh. You know how the damn traffic is up there. Even on the best days, it's terrible.
There's no way it's worse than Charlotte. Charlotte traffic is awful.
I hate this traffic. I'm thinking about moving to Alabama.
Traffic here is just awful. When Harlan goes to work tomorrow, it's probably going to take him an hour to get there. Traffic's terrible. Don't move to Alabama.
So y'all taking the day off, or you getting on with your
So does anybody in this group live in California? Have y'all seen the crazy waves that have been coming in California? Something. A 30% carbon. Yeah, Gold Maple. Y'all the ones. Y'all do it to yourselves. We're bad. I mean, we've put enough criminals in place. Y'all had your out. The truckers in Canada had y'all a way out, and y'all wouldn't support them. Bunch of weenies started taking their money away, wanting them to go home. The truckers had y'all a way out.
Well, I was watching this thing, and they were talking on YouTube, and everything on YouTube is correct. They were talking about that for some reason, if for whatever reason truckers weren't able to move, or the number of truckers on the road was cut way back,
it's over.
We would be over with, because our train system is so bad that even though we could get it from the West Coast to the East Coast or the central part of the country, we'd have no way to get it moved around the country, to like local areas.
Yeah, Pink says there's a lot of highways in California. It's something about the way they were coming in. There was a higher than normal high tide, and the tides are normally higher. And these huge waves, there were a lot of houses and communities up. They were showing they were just getting hammered by these waves.
Boy, Charleston got flooded last weekend. They had, between the weather being like it was, the tidal, whatever it's called, where the tides were a lot higher. It flooded a lot of downtown Charleston, historic Charleston, including the parking lot where people. I don't know. The people that came up on the cruise ship, their cars were sitting in 3 feet of water.
It was global warming. That's what did it. It's terrible. Global warming.
The healthcare system in Canada is in the tubes. Well, let me tell you what, we sat for 5 hours waiting to see one on Friday. So
Yeah, but Josh said his dad needed an MRI. It took 8 months. So
I'm not okay. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know a lot about how they actually operate the healthcare system in Canada. Josh, if you have if you are a doctor, can you set up a private practice and dictate your own rules? Is that, or it's got to be, you know, everybody goes to government run healthcare facilities? Like we have we have independent doctors here, and then we have the huge practices that's connected to the like the hospitals.
no, the private clinics are not a thing there.
Well, that's a problem.
That's why America gets all the good doctors. They can make more money here.
Yeah, but you know, I was talking to my doctor a couple of years ago, and I was asking. He's old. I mean, he's older like me. And I said, ask him if how many of his children went into the medical profession. He said none. And he said he's got one son that has a plumbing company, and another son that has a HVAC company. And they had no interest in the medical field, and they had grown up listening to him bitch about, you know, how things are going for the medical professionals.
You want to make a lot of money over the next 30 years if you own your own whatever service company like that, man, plumbers are going to make it. Because none of that stuff's hard. People are just horribly lazy. Nothing about plumbing is hard. It's just nobody's going under their houses anymore. Nobody. We're so grossed out about a toilet. We're not going to do that.
Yeah, the service companies are going to be the one, and there's a lot of women now getting into that field. You know,
it's a very smart one. I mean, and you know, you can finish you can finish apprenticeships and schools and stuff with little to no debt. They'll pay to do these things. I mean,
this guy that did some plumbing work for us, his wife is licensed by the state of North Carolina and South Carolina. And the reason why she is because he has a substantial business. If he was to die, she would have to sell his business because she is not a licensed plumber. And he said, so, you know, he told her she needed to get, if they were going to make a big go of it, that she would have to get her license. So they could, you know, she wouldn't have to sell the company.
So Josh, in Canada, is there anything is like medical insurance or something? Can you pay more to move up the line? So say you're paying for extra instead of just using the base Canadian medical. If you have insurance, do you get to move up the line?
But what I was talking about, my doctor, he told his kids, you know, they can make more money being plumbers and HVAC than he can. He said because his you know, he's got $100,000 a year malpractice insurance premium he has to pay.
Gold Maple, a lot of that depends on where you are.
Yeah.
So my wife 5 years ago diagnosed with cancer. She had an appointment. I mean, from diagnosis to treatment was like 9 days. And when we met the doctor the very first day, he said, "I'll see you again Thursday. You start treatment Thursday." That was a Tuesday.
Once again, a lot of people come to the U.S. because we're our shithole medical system. They can't because they can't get in any place else. I'm surprised, and maybe it's illegal, that along the back in the day before North Carolina got the lottery, right inside of the South Carolina state line, it looked like Vegas. Everybody's selling lottery tickets and everybody's selling scratchies. I'm surprised that along the Canadian line, there's not daggum one urgent care after another down through there.
The sad thing is there's so much wealth that we could take care of the entire planet, but there needs to be a great reset. And all the people that are in power are ineligible, and put them on rocket ships and send them to wherever. These people that have taken advantage of this place for so long. It would be very easy for to set up a society that takes care of the society. You'd have people that didn't want to participate, and that's okay. You just put them out in a desert somewhere, and they're on their own.
They were talking about the MRI. That's the thing. That's the kind of stuff people, if you got kids, they don't know what they need to they want to do in their lives. That's the kind of stuff that they need to be going into, because the MRIs, the X-rays, all of that kind of stuff, because that's the backbone of the medical system. And it doesn't take 10 years to become an X-ray technician or a MRI operator or whatnot.
But that's not sexy. Everybody wants to be an influencer. Everybody wants to dance and show their private parts on the internet for money.
It's I remember, y'all wouldn't remember it, but I remember back when they were doing all the breaking down the air systems, deregulating and whatnot. And they were talking about, that it was so expensive to fly. And this one guy from one of the airlines that's no longer in existence said, it's not, everybody doesn't have to fly. Everybody, it's not necessary for everybody to fly. And sometimes you have to do what you want to do. You have to pay. Sometimes you have to pay. You have to pay to do what you want to do. OnlyFans. There's a South Park episode about OnlyFans, and if any of you follow or have watched any South Park, there is a guy named Randy on there. That's one of the boys' fathers, and he got into the OnlyFans business because he heard that you can make some of these OnlyFans people are making $10,000 a month.
Somebody said OnlyFans and Harlan showed up.
Yeah, that's right.
Put my link below. Happy New Year, yo.
How you doing, Harlan?
Good. How are y'all?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Look, you're home. You're not at work.
I know. I'm about to go hiking, and I don't know if that's going to be good or not. It's 34 degrees.
Man,
damn, it's colder down there than it is up here.
You're tough.
It's weird because it's been cold, and like it was like New York City last night for the ball drop. It was 41. It's 41 here. I mean, it's the same temperature here as it is up in the Northeast.
It's 43 here now.
Hey, quit bragging. Nobody wants to hear your balls drop at midnight.
It's chilly here. We had a breeze overnight.
You know what's funny, Scott, is we were sitting there eating breakfast this morning, and I was watching the show, and you were talking about y'all were going to sleep, and was it Rick that come in, or
Tracy?
Tracy, yeah, Tracy said something, and then you mentioned about me being up. That was funny. She was sitting there listening to that. She was laughing.
I thought you said you weren't going to expose her to us yet.
Harlan, is this what you look like this morning when you got up?
I can't. I'm looking at my phone. I can't see.
Okay,
I
sorry.
don't have my glasses on, so.
There's a guy face down on the couch with a with looks like a sheep hat on and party balloons and yeah,
That was the night before.
Hangover City. Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
At least she didn't yell at you and run away scared, so you're good.
No. You know what? You know what's amazing about her is she loves my reselling. Isn't that cool? I can't figure out this chat on the phone here. The chat's up now. I can't see y'all.
Yeah, it's kind of screwed up.
You know what you need to download the app. Oh, never mind. You got an Android.
So I'm gonna hit the X to jump out of the comments, and it may kick me out. So if it does, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, it didn't. Cool.
When you if you have a wedding, when you tie the knot, now you will all come down.
Oh, look. That's not a wedding ring. That's an order.
I was about to say, damn, he's starting the new year off with a damn bang. Yeah.
Looks like your right hand there you put up.
Was that a Christmas present?
Well, she has one, and I had mentioned I liked them, and she just gave it to me the other day. It was after Christmas, but it's one of those Aura rings that tracks sleep and oxygen and everything. It's pretty cool.
So you don't have to charge or anything. It's got a battery in it, right, or something.
You have to charge it.
You do have to charge. Okay.
So
It
you wear
lasts
the
2
ring to know that you're breathing?
No,
Yeah.
it's like it does everything like a watch will do. It tracks. I think it tracks sleep, blood pressure. It tracks every. It's got
Heart rate. Yeah, it's cool.
yeah. A lot of people wear those, but they're. She really likes it. I think like $300.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah,
I looked at one.
I thought he had a stroke. And
the hell with that.
You know what's funny is the first night that she gave this to me. I don't drink a lot, but I drank my face off the other night for some reason, and I wore this that night, and it shows you like how bad alcohol is for your body. My heart rate didn't even get down below 75 that night that I drank. So like last night, I didn't have anything to drink for New Year's, and my heart rate got down to 55. I mean, that's.
Yeah, I bet your sleep too was way different. It was way worse too. Drunk.
Oh, it was awful. Yeah, yeah.
Tactical Z says that she's already put a tracker on you.
Yeah, that's funny.
I need one of those rings that show me how to analyze women. Yeah.
To what?
To analyze a woman. You know, like what kind of mood is she in today? And I don't know.
We can go get them from the dollar store for $1.25. It's called a mood ring.
Yeah, that was a
Hey,
gimmick.
Harley, give me some morning next time, and I'll make this the background music.
You're breaking up.
I can't hear it. Oh, the thing away.
Put a ring on it.
Oh, yeah.
You know. Yeah, I'm just not into the cold weather.
I have to go to Walmart. Damn.
It's going to be rough on me in this a little bit. Walking on top of a mountain in the woods, it's going to be cold.
Why are you going hiking?
Because she said we're going hiking.
She put a ring on his finger and one in his nose. She'll start leading him around.
For the Detroit. Yeah, we go hiking quite a bit. It just hadn't been this cold when we go.
Ass biting cold.
You realize it's 37 outside.
I do realize that. And the wind's blowing.
If it was cold here, it looks like it could snow. But
Well,
it's not cold.
I'm about to go visit my people. I'm going to go hiking where everybody should go hiking.
Walmart.
People.
The den. Your recliner.
I'm going to Walmart and go hiking.
Going shopping, or you going looking?
I'm going to get a Diet Coke. You got to spend the first day of the year with the freaks.
Hey, don't talk about my family like that. Dang my nose.
Yeah, because I think it's always supposed to be low 40s today. So even at 37, it ain't getting much warmer.
No, it's going to be nasty.
Where are you going hiking at?
I don't know what it's called. I'll just go pick her up and she tells me where to go.
I mean, are you going to be like flatland hiking, or are you going to go to where like Dusty used to live? What was the only mountain in town?
Oh, we got a lot of mountains here.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of trails on the backside of that one. That's probably where that's even colder up there and windy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's up on the top of Cecil Ashburn, somewhere up there. Yeah, it's high. It's going to be cold.
I don't know very much about Alabama.
Is it,
it's the reseller capital of the world.
No, they actually closed it. They said no more resellers to come into Alabama. Sorry. Officially closed. You know how cold it is down here? It's ridiculous. Year round, 34.
Traffic's awful.
I thought Alabama was flat like the rest of them down there.
Traffic's terrible. It takes hard like 38 minutes just to get to work. What the hell?
It's ridiculous.
You know, I'm sure I've said it before. The friend of our neighbors that from Buffalo, New York, she said that when they made the decision to move down here, when instead of taking 30 minutes to go from her house to her office, it took her 3 hours.
This place is full of liberals too. Oh my god!
Then what the hell are you doing down there?
All these tree huggers down here.
Well, the tree huggers are good for the environment.
Depends on how many you stack up and pave over.
You know, Gold Maple, I have no desire to live someplace where it's like snowy and icy all the time.
So right now it is 19 degrees in Winnipeg. Yeah, you can keep that.
Mm-mm. No. I'm out.
Yeah, me too. You know, like Nikki, popular picker, you know, for 3 months it was 18 below zero. My question to her was, Nikki, why the hell do you still live up there? Well, my daddy's up here and he's still alive and he won't move. Put his ass in the truck and say we're moving south. You know.
I just don't understand. I mean, you got one life. It's short. Why would you want to live somewhere where it's freezing cold? I see people. I mean, I've got reseller friends in Canada and stuff, and it's like, hey, we got our first big snow in October. I'm moving. I'm sorry. One big snow here every 5 years is too much. That's
yeah, that's the other thing. There's counties in Alabama where you can't even buy alcohol, so y'all need to live somewhere else. If I hear any more resellers move here, I'm going to go on to the Jehovah's Witness website, and every day I will schedule them to come visit your damn house.
Harlan,
yeah.
You were just saying, you know, my neighbors that moved from Buffalo, he said, you know, his wife is a New York girl. She's lived in Buffalo all her life. Snow, she's always been around snow. And for her to snap just like that, he said she could have come home and shot us up. You know, the being is has gone crazy because she just came in and said, "I'm moving to Charlotte. I've got a job. Y'all can go with me or you can stay.
Yeah, Thursday they said there was a chance of snow shower. I didn't go to Walmart, but I bet there wasn't any bread or milk. Just for the chance that there might be a flake.
Yeah.
Hell, it's going. The joke used to be here about it's not going. They're calling for snow. Go get your milk and bread. It's going to be 10 below. It's going to be 10 degrees for the next 2 days. Y'all need to go. The milk and bread is gone.
It's chilly and you probably won't be able to feel the fucking ghost standing right behind you.
I don't remember the last time I even bought bread or milk. Even if it snowed. If it snowed, maybe I get some. I don't know. Probably not. Milk sandwiches are wonderful.
I wonder if
it used to be a case where, if we had snow, the least bit of snow, somebody was knocking down power line out, you weren't going to have power. So what do? You make sandwiches. That's where the bread comes from in the South.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's cold enough, you can just set the milk outside. That's fine.
Yeah. Years ago when we snow skied a lot, yes, I snow skied. My uncle and my dad used to make wine. When we were up in the mountains one New Year's skiing up at the top of Beach Mountain, and we just set all the drinks and beer and stuff like that out on the front porch. Whiskey was freezing up; it was so cold. But the wine my uncle made and my dad made, it got a little syrupy, but it never did freeze up. So we always wondered what the alcohol content of that wine was.
Aniana.
What is that?
He didn't spell it right. Aniana is a city in a town in Alabama. He is actually spelled Aniana. It's maybe an hour and 20 minutes from here, hour and 15 minutes from here, from south of Coleman. Look at me.
What is it?
Aniana. They've got a Walmart there. I do pretty good at it generally. Evidently, they don't like the normal stuff. So, what up, Dylan?
Hello. I'm sideways because my phone's got a charge and it's got to put the plug in the bottom.
It's somehow balanced between the two notches of the oven where you turn the heat on and off. And I don't know how he's done that, but it works.
Stevie said it's 2024. It's a new year. She still hates all of y'all. Good job, Beef. You told him. I told him for you.
Scott, have you ever seen the Three Southern Cats? Mm-hmm. It's a TikTok. I think they have a YouTube channel or Reels or whatever. This woman has 3 cats and Southern cats, and she does voices for all of them. And they've got like 40 million subscribers and whatnot. Maybe you need to take the dogs and start your own 3 Southern weenie dogs or something like that. Yeah, she is cute. I have a niece that's got 3. Yeah, that's
Phoebe's
Texas.
always been that big. Phoebe ain't put on her weight. She's always been that big.
She's been around her daddy too much. Oh, he's cute.
She is too.
Or she is.
She's 16 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, right. So 2024 made it another year. Whoop, whoop. Hell,
Fluffy's like, somebody's talking to me. I don't know who it is.
You're she's been around just about as long as your son has, hasn't he?
He's 24.
Okay.
That was 24.
Well, I knew he was in his 20s.
Well, he'll be 24 in 4 days. No. My daughter's 28.
Yeah, I just messaged her and she was like, "Can't wait till you're 24." And I was like, "Oh, what? Aren't you almost 30?"
Damn, that makes me old.
I know that was kind of cringe, kind of crass, but I thought it was fun.
Well, Harlan, I'm gonna have to say you don't look like you have kids that old.
Thank
I
you.
figured your kids were still teenagers.
Mm-mm.
You know he's dating a grandma too, so there you go.
I don't know.
Papa. Peepaw.
He puts a ring on it, he's gonna be Papa. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Papa or Peepaw or you know. I've got.
He hadn't thought too long about that. He's probably not going hiking now.
All my
going
kids.
back to bed. See ya.
All my brothers have grandkids now, and they, their names for their kids are all over the spectrum. And my brother asked me what I wanted to be called when I became a grandfather. I said Fred. I don't want to be a papa or a peepaw or a grandpa. Just call me Fred. But your name's not Fred. Yep, and your name's not Peepaw either.
Mine's not going to be something like that. Sounds just like you're 95 years old. Some of them, it's like, no, I got to come up with something hip.
Well, that's the reason for grandmothers. Now they're calling them Mimi and Gigi and all these other things besides grandmas. And
I don't think those go together. A hip grandpa name, they don't go together.
it's just not a.
Oh, he
didn't charge us the phone. He's out.
Pimp Daddy is appropriate. Pimp Daddy is appropriate, Texas. Pimp Daddy. Can you imagine a 3-year-old come up to Harlan and he go, Pimp Daddy.
Pimp Daddy. Give me a hug, Pimp Daddy.
DSS might show up at the house at any time.
I told Harlan he was a failure. He was just a fake. I'm like, if you were a real Pimp Daddy, you look like this.
Yeah.
Let me turn the music down. Look at this cat look at his shoe when he gets out of the Lincoln.
I had a pair of shoes like that when I was about 19.
I was like, your next outfit, Harlan. There you go.
They were like brown on the outsides and white on top. That was styling profiling for 1978. You hit the wrong button that time. Yeah, it's hard to do these things with a telephone. God, my nose is running.
How was your phone dead? Weren't you supposed to put a charger on your other residence at your other residence?
Yeah, it's going to be a big day at Walmart today.
Oh, I'm about to go to Walmart.
Everybody's got their gift cards, and
I don't think It don't matter. I ain't going to Publix anyway.
Let me ask you a reselling question before you leave, Scott and Todd.
I'm
Since
hanging
y'all-
out with y'all as long as y'all are on here.
And I'm sure you've covered it before. Do y'all do promoted and sales, or do you just do promoted?
If I tell you to do promoted, then they're going to add my name with Josh and John to the paper play gang, and they're
To the
going
hit list.
to try to come for me, and they just don't understand that I don't. Yeah, I'll run promoted and sales, and take offers on sales and promoted. Fuck it.
So you'll run promoted, and then you run sales on top of that promoted, and you take offers.
The name of the
Okay.
game is to get rid of this stuff. You
Okay,
can always say no to it. If they get an offer, you can always say no.
And eBay,
Somebody's
Todd, Scott and I heard from one of our dear friends, and
Cha-ching.
reselling is eBay is not dead, based on her and her husband's sales.
I'm going to keep the show going all day. That's already 2 cha-chings.
Dang, Todd, isn't that right, Todd?
Carol says I'm on a list all my own.
Todd.
I went in somebody's chat the other day, and they were like, I'm like, yeah, Gen X, we just don't have feelings and we don't care. I'm like, if somebody was watching the live show Friday night and they had any feelings, they were in a cry closet for the rest of the weekend. Sorry.
I said, based on B's sales, eBay is not dead.
No.
You just got to work it.
Work it real.
Work it good.
Before I go to Walmart, because I've got 2 more Diet Cokes left, I need to list on eBay before I go. That way I'll get it done.
Have y'all set a goal for how many listings you want to do each day?
I set a dollar goal, not a number goal. $300 a day.
$300 a day.
And so that there's 140 something of today's listings. I just get that up. That's halfway done.
There you go.
Tommy, don't come in here with that nonsense. I'm not going to use any tools. I'm going to sit back and whine and bitch and want to know why eBay hates me. They hate my business model. They're trying to put me out of business. I'm not going to do anything they say. Screw eBay. Let's all band together and form a union and protest. That's what I'm going to do. Fucking millennials. What the hell?
eBay is far from dead.
Yeah. There's just been too many people that I've seen that was talking about their last year's sales that and knowing them or knowing of them, they list and they're running their business.
I'm gonna bang this in every show. I'm gonna bang this in people's head. This is business, folks. You've got to treat this like business. You've got to compete. You've got competition. You want to sell your stuff? Use the tools. Use them all. Fire all the guns.
And there's a reason that stores have lost leaders.
They've done that for years.
Yeah.
I almost looked at Publix to see if they had Coke on sale, so that I would just stop there instead of driving on my way to Walmart. And because they were gonna, it'll be buy one get two free, or buy two get one free, or something. It brings it to the same price as Walmart. Then I don't have to drive as far down there.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go visit my people today.
Your people.
Yeah, I
people of Walmart.
I got sausage for Christmas. It's good.
Chris Butler, don't you come in here talking all that damn sense, that nonsense. You can't make any money on eBay. What the hell? Next thing you're going to tell us that you actually list, you price correctly, and you use promotions and all this stuff. Don't tell us all that crazy shit. We don't want to work. We don't want to make things work. We need somebody to blame.
You know, I've always accepted offers because I worry about not having, being too
Yes,
high,
sir.
about having a price too high. If I have a bunch of people all making offers on an item at a lower price and they're all within the same ballpark, then I kind of figure out, that I've maybe got a little carried away.
Yeah. Ooh. Last night when I came in this morning, the door to the building was open, so I heated the outside according to Joni, and I'm like, I heard the light came on last night about 1 o'clock. I'm like, I'm not going out there to see what's going on. So I guess nobody broke in because the van keys are laying out here on the desk. And the truck.
Yeah, I got 5.1 promoted pretty much on everything. But on sales, I don't run many sales. Every once in a while, when I feel like it, I'll put a 10% sale on.
When Gwen decides she wants to go on a cruise or something, and you have to come up with some money, you put it on sale just to kind of get some quick cash.
That's it.
Yeah, I drug this box back from the building. So today we're listing this. These things still sell. I gave $2 for it. It's still new, a new flip phone. Tom, you need a new flip phone? I'll send it to you.
No, I've got plenty, thank you.
It's still sealed. Ain't nobody use it. So we're listing that today. So if I've got 140 in that'll be like 30. I'm 170. This weird stuff. I gotta check eBay or Amazon. You ever see the ones that are in packaging like this? They make a flash. They make they're flash series. Is they make a couple other different ones that are flash. These things are money. I think I paid 3 for this one. Let's check what it is on Amazon. This might be going to Amazon. Oh yeah, never mind. Going to Amazon. So what do y'all think that sells for on Amazon?
$59.99.
What it is.
It's a game.
Oh.
It's a Hasbro game. The cheapest one new on Amazon is $39. What do we get for that one? $10 new. Still at the building. Come on. It's going to Amazon. It's only worth $28. We gave 4 for that one. It's got to go to Amazon. What else for that? This one's going to. I bought this one. I don't know why they cut the barcode off, but Lego. It's still sealed, but it's got. Evidently, somebody must have got a rebate or something. Who knows? Don't sell it on eBay. So now I'm over 200. That was. They had 6 on it. They took 2. It's going to eBay.
But that's a good thing. That's a good thought, Scott. You talk about you don't. It's not the number of listings, but the total amount.
Dollar. Yeah. I think this one doesn't have an Amazon listing. If you find these things new on the package, this one was 3. It doesn't have an Amazon listing. I think it's about. A lot of it is about ease of listing on eBay. This one's only a couple pictures because it's still sealed. They're asking 25 for it, so I had to probably be up there for Probably do 10 plus like 12 shipping. Some combination that's under 25. These guys here. Bought that. That's an auction sticker. I bought that at the auction. Anybody ever buy Boggle? Anybody ever think that the old Boggle games? They're hard to find new with this model. Can't find this 21, but that's the newer. That's the newer version.
Is that the game where you have those letters and you have to see how many words you can make out of that grouping of letters within a certain time?
Yeah. 24, 30.
Thank you, Glenn. God, my nose.
So I'll put it up at $28, best offer. Anybody over 24 can have it. Does it have an Amazon listing? Because this one is from. Never mind. $41 on Amazon. It's going to Amazon. This is why I tell you, everything is not new in there. So this is a good lesson here. Would y'all even have looked at this for $6? They wanted $6 for it. Y'all know what it is? You open it up. It's
Oh, okay.
You put it. It's an adapter. You put
for like C size
to watch the yeah. You ever see these? So let's see what's it worth. I didn't look it up, so y'all. If it's a failure, I'll cancel my eBay, my Amazon, my YouTube account.
The stuff you're showing is from a estate sale?
No, it's just stuff I bought out of the building because I need to list it. Oh.
Dang.
It's 39 new, so there it is. Pre-owned, no box, 29.
Wow.
Yeah. This one, it's got the manual and everything in it. So I think I'm getting close to 300.
Hey, Bum Crack.
I know that guy. If you see those Transformers, the box is not great. That's why he's still here. He'll be on that. He'll be on eBay. He's still eBay new, right? Oh, look what they did to the barcode. Damn it. I'm going to have to type him in. What the hell? So if y'all got a box like that, would y'all bother clearing the barcode or just leave it marked off?
Yeah, silver stack. I would do whatnot, but I don't have a big following, so I don't think I would do very good at it.
So silver stack, whatnot is like anything else. You've got to build up a following. You've got to do some options and be consistent. Understand that you're not going to get like premium price, but you can make money there. If you buy right, you can sell anywhere. Retail arbitrage is dead. Shouldn't buy anything on retail arbitrage. Tom says it's faster.
I agree with you on that, Tommy.
But if you got the right stuff,
But even the people that are selling clothes, are they? They're becoming the dollar store of.
So somebody told me not to tell people. When I so get this now. When when I told them on the show a few weeks ago that I was probably going to do some more RA and build a different model on my Amazon, somebody sent me a message that said I should look up monster trucks and monster jam at Walmart because don't tell anybody, but you can make a lot of money on them. And I'm like, dude, I've sold these things for years. So that little truck, you think, well, $9.96 plus $4 shipping, and that'll be or $10. So but these things they're $3.88, and you can buy them at every Walmart. They put them out in waves, and so if you find them at one Walmart, they'll be at all of them. This one, I bought this one last year because I never got around to selling these. That one was that one, Excalibur. I think this one, I've never seen this one again. This one's probably worth more. But these little, I mean, I've got 12 Walmarts. I should be buying these like I used to. These will go to Amazon. I don't want to ship them.
All right, Todrick, I need to go see what the boss lady wants. We'll see y'all later.
All right. It's time to shut this puppy down. We'll be on your channel tomorrow, right, Tom?
Yeah.
All right.
So I'll see you guys later. Happy New Year's, everyone. I really appreciate you coming in supporting Todd. Scott,
Yep.
you going to be here on Wednesday?
If I'm above ground, I'll be here.
All right. You'll have a.
Let me see how many thumbs up I got. Let's see.
If I pass on, I will not be here.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Anybody need that?
Bam.
Kind of looks like Tom, doesn't it, this morning? That's how Tom felt this morning.
Kind of one-eyed.
I gotta list him too. Anybody need that guy from Garfield? How about this? I should open these and consult my cards to see what's up. Yeah, it looks like I pay $1 for them. They're like $16. 51 years in business. Swamp, there's no way you've been there 51 years.
All right, folks.
I gotta list that too. The whole season of House of Cards. I should watch this while I list it. You watch this and go, that could never happen in the U.S. and the U.S. is probably way worse than House of Cards.
Peppa Pig, Mr. Potato, even used. There you go. 1973.
As mom and dad, nice, very nice.
All right.
All right, y'all have a Merry Christmas. Make sure y'all pulling for the tide tonight.
Oh yeah. What time do they start Central Time?
4 o'clock.
Okay.
So used $17 set. I think I paid $3 at a yard sale.
That'll work.
Going to Amazon.
All right. See y'all tomorrow.